retreat for next year in 2025, but there's only a few spots remaining.
Yeah, we're 3/4 way full, so we've got a few spots left, and we're really excited. Like my team just met on Monday, and we have some fun ideas that we're gonna do. And so you definitely want to be part of it. Grab a spot today. You can go to wslivingretreats.com to get that information. But if you sign up today before the 1st of December, you're gonna get this year's price for next year's retreat. So don't hold back. And you know what? Put it on your Christmas list for gosh sakes. People are always looking for something different to give you. Why not a retreat away for yourself?
Everyone needs that retreat to refresh their batteries. We talk about all the people that they get to network with, but it's time away from your craziness, right?
It totally is like if you're a mom and you're just so overwhelmed with all the things you have to do, PTA and sports and you name it, house and everything else. It's just a great way to regroup, refresh. And when you come back home, you actually can get home with tools to communicate your realistic expectations to your family about you and your self-care, about putting yourself first.
And that's putting yourself first. What do you think happens with women who don't put themselves first in some things, especially because they always will take that focus and attention to the children, maybe their spouse, potentially a job, and they forget about themselves and it hurts everything, right?
Yeah, so let's start there. You lack sleep, you're stressed out. Somebody asks you to do something as simple as a grilled cheese sandwich. Maybe your kid asks for it, you freak out. You're overwhelmed. And so when you're not taking care of you, you're not showing 100% up for those you love, whether it's your job, your home, your business that you own, whatever that is. And so you become not somebody that somebody wants to be around. So why not learn to put yourself first so that you can share more time with your family and friends and be present in that time.
Got to be present, right?
Yeah. Yeah. When we don't show up with our family and friends, what happens is not only are we stressed out, but we come across like we don't care. We come across we're not, we're there, but we're really not there. You're not 100% there with the person, the event, whatever that is. Maybe you're scrolling on your phone because you forgot to send that email out to somebody, or you're making that last minute phone call. Imagine being on vacation and you forgot to do something because whatever, you got overwhelmed, too busy, and then you're spending your vacation time trying to catch up. But if you could learn balance and harmony in your life, maybe on that vacation you never pick up your phone and don't respond to work because you've learned to put yourself first so that you show up for your family, friends, and those you love.
You're not spinning your wheels because that's the key. All right, let's talk about that's one component. We've talked about the Shiro League. We'll get back to that. But your mini coaching program, what's going on there?
So mini coaching program, I created it because oftentimes women say, I don't understand coaching. What's it about? Maybe they've never spoken to a coach, but they're considering doing something more than going to getting, a doctor. And so the mini coaching is 30 minutes where we're going to dig deep in and talk about, what's holding you back? What's your joy in life? What things bring you happiness that you haven't been doing lately? And then we're going to talk about the things you have to stop doing, the negative self-talk, the not pouring into yourself, not putting self first. And so those 30 minutes is really deep in depth. We get together. You're going to do pre-work. I tell everybody, don't come on that 30-minute session unless you've done pre-work because we're not going to get to know each other, on this fun 15-minute tell me about you. I want to learn about you before you're even on the phone call so that when we get on that 30-minute call, we're diving deep fast and you get some takeaways and some steps to do to just start incorporating more self-care and putting yourself first.
100%. If you don't do that, put yourself first, it's not a good thing. And you're going to figure out if coaching really is, you really want to have a coach in this mini coaching.
Yeah, absolutely. You'll learn more about what does coaching look like, how hard or how simple can it be. Some people get overwhelmed because they've never done this work before, so it can be overwhelming, but I'm going to give you a peace of mind that when you walk away from that 30-minute phone call, you're going to have action steps that are not going to overwhelm you. It's not going to add more stress to your life. And then what will happen is you'll be open to maybe receiving and doing more sessions. And we could talk about that as well after that 30-minute call because you have opportunity to work further with me. But the mini coaching session was really created to give you that first step give me a toe into coaching and let me see what this is really about, because it's become a big thing lately. Like we're hearing a lot about coaching. It used to just be like health coaching or business coaching. Right now, we really are digging into self-care coaching and personal coaching. And so I want you, if you've never done that before, to have a little dabble for 30 minutes, and let's show you how coaching works and how you can apply it in your life.
And that's the key. How can you apply it in your life? So the Shiro League, again, that is there ever a feeling where you're going to be completely have a waiting list for the Shiro League?
Yeah, I mean, look, we meet every Sunday evening on Zoom, so I can hold up to 100 people on Zoom. I would love to have 100 people on Zoom. I think we would keep it a much smaller. We'll probably keep it more to like 25 to 30 people. And if we get bigger, we'll just have different meeting days. But it really is that safe space for women to support one another, to come in. We have women that come in their PJs, no makeup on Zoom. They're hanging out in their bed, wherever. Maybe they've got some of their friends over, but it really is that safe space to talk about, what are the great things happening in your life. But we also dig deep into the challenges that are happening in your life. We work on things like we do book projects that we work on. Like right now, one of my partners in the Shura League, she and I are working on reading the book Dare to Lead, because we want to teach and coach on how to lead, be a great leader in your life. So those are important. Even if you are not in you don't have a career, but maybe you're one that I call the CEO mom, we want to teach you how to lead from home all the way through to your professional life. So we're working on that project. We have guest speakers that come in about finance, about health, about different areas in that wheel of life, personal development as well. So it's not just a bunch of women getting together and having a Sunday evening, you know, powwow. It's really about doing some work on yourself.
One thing that's gonna finally you're not gonna have the time to do, but you can't do now is one-on-one coaching. It's only for a limited amount of people. Why? Why is that? Because your time, but also because of how intense it is compared to
Yeah.
the group coaching with the Shiro League, or we talk about the mini coaching, right?
Right. Yeah. So if you want to do more than anything that we've been talking about, if you want to do like really deep dive in, you're like, Pearl, I want to be 100% full on coaching. I offer 1 hour services where we meet once a week for an hour and we dig deep on everything you want to accomplish. We prioritize your goals, prioritize where you want to show up in your life. And I make you do the hard work. I make you have actionable steps to succeed in those areas you want to improve on in your life. Like I said, whether it's health, whether it's wealth, personal development. I will really make you do some hard work. I always tell my clients the first 6 weeks you work with me, you're not going to like me because I'm going to make you dig deep fast. But as you come out those first 6 weeks, you're going to be like, oh my gosh, now I understand why I have to work on the things that bring me joy. I have to understand why I have to stop these limiting beliefs that keep me from doing the things that bring me joy. And then we're going to talk about how you communicate those realistic expectations, whether it's to your family, whether it's your job, or even to yourself if you're an entrepreneur. How do you communicate to yourself about, I need to show up for me and not always be in my business or working in my business? Because you have to take time for yourself.
And that's a lesson learned for any entrepreneur. We get so tied up in things and so into it, we forget about everyone else. And when we do that, again, it's just like what you need the Share League for. If you're working too much, you're not focusing on your loved ones, everything suffers at one point in time and it'll all fall apart quickly.
Yeah, it's so true. I just presented the other day, Neil, to Citibank. I had the honor of presenting to their top leaders around the country, and that was a common theme that we had talked about was how do we show up for ourselves? And one of the big questions was how do we communicate to our team that maybe I need to take some time away, like I'm overwhelmed, I'm doing too much. How do we from the leadership show and be that example going down? And it truly is about having time with self, creating boundaries, creating the atmosphere that you can allow those that report to you, or even yourself when you want to share with the person you're reporting to, or people in your life. How do you communicate? That is so important because communication is key so that they can understand. And when you're an example of, I have to set boundaries. If I can't get this project done, it's okay to come talk to me. Having those communications with your employees and or your boss that you're reporting to is so important to be that example. And we talk about that when we do coaching. We talk about how to balance work-life balance. Nothing's balance. I call it really harmony, but how to find that harmony in your life is so important.
All right. Best place people can go is where?
Best place you can go is, of course, WSLiving com. You can go there, or you can email info@wsliving.com and just put the word Shiro in the subjects, and I'll get